Alrighty, it is Omega here. So I got here a Spitfire box. So this is a Spitfire slip streamer. Let's see what's in the box. Looks like it comes from Takaraki. Surprised it didn't get here any faster. So this is the pull it out of the box. Wow, it's pretty wide. But I kind of got fed up with the National Cycle stuff, man. Okay, so it comes with a windscreen. It's pretty wide. I kind of don't like how wide it is, but let's see. Maybe I can trim it or something. And a handlebar kit. So I got the 1 1/4 handlebar kit. I don't know if that's I don't know if that'll do the trick or not, but we'll see. It might be too big because I have a 1 1/8 bar, so I may have to put like a rubber in between here, but I know the 1 inch will not work. So there it is. So it's the mounting system for it. It's a lot more. It's not as nice as the National Cycle one, but all you have to do is drill a hole in it in the windscreen. So if I do want to fix that windscreen that I have, I have a National Cycle deflector screen, and all this does is it attaches here. You just drill. There's holes drilled in here, so that's pretty nice. The National Cycle deflector screen is glued onto it, so that's what I don't like about it. You can't just change the mounts. But this is not as good as the National Cycle deflector. So this was glued to the inside of the box. It does have a little manual in here that tells you how to install it. It is nicer than the hand-drawn instructions that on the National Cycle deflector. So there it is. Alright. So this is the S06 Tango 1 1/4 inch Spitfire. It's a tinted. It's not really tinted. It's like lightly tinted. Here's what the mounting hardware consists of. 2 of these rod thingies here. Rod thingies, right? These clamps right here. 2 Allen wrenches. Some little thumb screws. And these plastic dealies here. I guess this is for mounting on the actual windscreen. And some rubber washers. Pretty simple. Okay, so yeah, like so the problem I thought that would happen happened. The 1 1/4 diameter clamp is too big for the handlebars, but I have some rubber packing sheet here. So this is what I use to fill in the gap. This is a rubber packing sheet that you can get from Lowe's. It's kind of like they keep them in the plumbing area. I think it's for, not sure. I think it's for like toilets or something. Some kind of bug on it. Anyway, this is it's a 6x6 by 1/16. So it's a 1/16 thick. I started with the thinnest one. They come in different thicknesses, but this is the thinnest one, and it worked. I already had the other one on the bike, so basically I just cut the whole sheet. I kind of lined it up with this, and then I cut a strip off, and then I cut the strip in half, and then it fit perfectly. So didn't use up too much stuff. So that's how I got the clamps on the bike. All right, so I've assembled one of them. I'll show you how one part of the mounting hardware goes. So you got to get the rod. It's called a upper rod. This guy here. You got to take that off of your clamp. The clamp's already on the bike, so and you got to put the cap. This guy here underneath here. Oh wait, you got to put one of these rubber washers. It's a little complicated at first, but it's actually really simple. So you just put that on there, and then let's see what you do next. And then you go ahead and get your this it's called a barrel. This guy here. Let's go ahead and put that on the rod, and then put another washer. So basically the washers touch the windscreen, so it doesn't like scratch it or get crack or anything, you know. And, just push this through here. And just put this in here. Tighten the barrel. Tighten the cap too. There you go. It's pretty simple. I'll get that on video. So there they are, ready to go on. I don't know, I kind of like the National Cycle better, but this is cool. They don't glue their stuff to the windscreen. It's kind of annoying. Alright, here's Mega here. I got the Spitfire Windscreen installed. There it is. So like I said, this is the tinted version. It is DOT approved. So Spitfire, I think it looks okay. I think it's a little wide. The cutout here actually fits the fairing, the front fairing, pretty good. I don't know. I just think it looks a little wide on the bike, but hey, whatever. It'll help quiet down my ride and give me better aerodynamics, I hope. So we can do like a experiment. I know we could do an experiment, huh? So I think what I can do, you can take this out pretty fast. With this little wire here. These have nuts here that hold the upper rods in, and you could just, all you have to do is loosen this, and maybe I can mark it with something so I remember where it goes, and just take it off, and then we can do like, you know, and then I can chart. What I can do is I think we'll go for a run, maybe on a freeway for like a few miles, and then we'll do like a loop or something. We'll come back, charge the bike, and then we'll go ride again without the windscreen on, and see if that actually affects. I had heard that if you have a windscreen for your electric motorcycle, you'll get more range because your bike will be more aerodynamic. I mean, it does kind of make some drag, but the important thing is like there's a smooth flow of air going over the rider, and you know, human being with a helmet on is actually not that aerodynamic. Plus you can't really get a good tuck on this bike. But yeah, so there it is. I got it on there pretty good. So like I said, I had to use some little rubber strips to take up that extra space, so the 1 1/4 mounts will fit. It fit pretty good. I have them mounted like here, and actually I had it so the mounts for the rods were in the front, and that wasn't working. It was like too far forward. It was like almost like it's almost where like the light is, and I think I like where it is now. I don't know how good that is for aerodynamics, so we'll see. You figure I'll be probably sitting further back anyways, so your natural riding position is like straight up on this bike, you know, at least for my height. So I'm 5'10", 175 pounds, so we'll see how it does on the freeway and everything. I'll have to take it for a little test ride, but I just wanted to show you. I got it on there and it installed pretty good. Like I said, I think it looks a little wide, but it looks like it's for like a bigger bike, you know. But it looks okay, I guess. Yeah, I think it's just a little wide looking. You can always cut it or whatever, but I'd rather not. Yeah, and there is some quick release thumb screws that you can put on to adjust the height. So I don't know, maybe I'll play with the height a little bit, but this looks good right here. So let me go sit on the bike, and then you can see what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. It's a fairly tall windscreen. It looks a little crooked from here, but it doesn't look crooked from the other side. I tried to make it. What I did was I measured from the bottom of the windscreen to like the screw here on the side of the fairing, and I got it as close as I could, and I don't know, just looks like it's a little crooked when you sit down on it, but you can see through it pretty well too. It's not a dark tint, so that's good. Yeah, I don't think you're really gonna tuck into it, you know. To tighten this clamp here, I had to move the brake a little bit. I had to move the brake down, and then you tighten it. But once this thing is tightened, you're not really have to touch it anymore. You can adjust the height by loosening these screws here. Alright. So there it is. So can't wait to go test it out. I can't really test it out today, and it's pretty warm. So unfortunately, yeah, for hot weather, this is probably not the ideal mod. You wanna get some air in there, but we'll see. Yeah, because the weather is just like, it just got really hot all of a sudden in where I live, San Jose, California. It's like a 90 something right now. That's hot for Bay Area. I know those of you in the desert, you're like, oh my god, whatever, you know. But yeah, it's just that humidity. Anyway, so there it is. Looking good. See how it turns out. I think I would have preferred, actually we can compare it, let's see. Alright, so here we have this is the National Cycle Deflector. You can't see it because there's a little sticker in here. This is National Cycle. This is National Cycle Deflector. This is the one I was going to install on the Impulse. Actually, I kind of like this one better because it has like, it's kind of bent. It has a bend here. It's like more round. This one is just like kind of, it's more flat. If this part was more bent, I think it would look good. So I kind of like the looks of the National Cycle. I still have it. I actually bought one for that bike, the Impulse, but it broke. It broke here where the mounts are. And these are actually glued to the windscreen. It's part of the windscreen, so it sucks. I can't do anything to fix it. So I've been trying to do this warranty thing, but it's just I don't think they're gonna do it because it's like a really old windscreen, I guess. But it's brand new. But what I may do is I may go get the other one and I may drill a hole in it with like a circle saw or something. And see this one. This one just mounts with holes here. There's a hole here like that's like an inch, and then there's like just kind of like some plastic nuts holding it together. And I think that would work for this. But you just have to make sure you drill the holes like in the proper place, you know. But it's like, it's totally adjustable. This one has a kind of better mounts. This one you could adjust the rake is the good thing. But I think it looks fine the way it is right here. You can kind of adjust the rake here by just moving the clamps, but it has some pretty good adjustability. It's up down here, and you can move it front and back, or you can flip this around and move it forward. And that's pretty much it. It's like there's not a whole lot of adjustability. Whereas this one you can do the same thing. You can tilt it back or forward. You can adjust the rake. And you can move it up and down. So it's almost the same thing, but this one has a rake adjust on it. And honestly, don't think you really need the rake adjust. I think it's fine. It probably is a little too vertical. But hey, whatever. I mean, this is like the cheapest one I could find. And actually, the Spitfire is not bad. This is the other one that's very similar to the National Cycle Deflector. In my opinion, I think the National Cycle looks a little better. It looks a little sportier. That looks like it's more for like a cruiser. Yeah, looks like it's more for a cruiser, you know. But hey, whatever works, man. We'll see. So like I said, I may be able to fix the other one if I bought some mounts for it, and then we can use that one. But we'll see how I like that one. Spitfire sounds cool too. It has the Spitfire logo in red and black too. That's what I like. So the Spitfire sticker is red and black, so just like the bike. Alright, get this thing out. So one nice thing about this windscreen is it's pretty easy to take off. So all I have to do is loosen the nuts here. I'd imagine you may lose the nuts if you don't have the windscreen in there though. There's nothing to hold it in. It could vibrate out.
Alright, so there I do. It's out. Let's probably just move it in there a little bit. Alright, hey, it's Omega here. So I want to talk about the I want to talk about the Spitfire windscreen here. Why is there so much traffic here? What the hell? I want to talk about the Spitfire windscreen here for a second. So I'm coming to not like this windscreen at all because it kind of flops around a lot and it keeps on getting loose on me. It's pissing me off. So where it gets loose is the clamps and the little where the rods, the set screws for the rods come loose. So I went and put the thumb screw ones in, so I wouldn't need a tool to tighten it. So the last ride I took, they got loose. Down over here. Yeah, the last long ride I took, I did almost 100 miles, and then they were loose by the time I got done riding. So it was just the set screw part though. So I have to remember to check it. I think what I might do is I might just put some Loctite on it, so it's just harder to move, you know. And then I can still always tighten it. I can still always tighten it, you know. All right. Anyway, yeah. So I can still always tighten it, you know. I'm gonna put Loctite on it. So I don't know. I kind of don't like the looks of it, and you know, it doesn't really quiet down my ride. I do notice, like, if I tuck in a little bit, you know, there's a limit to how much you can tuck on this, at least on this bike, because the front end is so small, you know. It wasn't designed to be tucked in. Plus the handlebars are so high, you know. Plus the handlebars are so high is what I don't like. So I mean, you're gonna have to get something like this, I notice, and then your helmet is kind of in clean air, so you kind of have to tuck while you're on the freeway. But other than that, it seems okay. It's still gonna be noisy unless you tuck. It does keep the wind blast off your chest. I think it's good for cold days. Yeah, I think it'd be best for cold days. On warm days, it's gonna block the air going to you, so you're gonna be warmer. So today is a warm day. Let's see what it is. Yeah, it's 92 right now. Holy shit! Yeah, it's a warm day. So yeah, today's probably not the ideal day to use the windscreen. I got my lightweight jacket on with all the vents open and everything. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not really liking the windscreen too much. I think that's what I may do on cooler days. Since it's very easy to take off. I'll give it that. That's the one nice thing about it. All you have to do is loosen these two screws, and whoop, it just comes right off. And like, hopefully nobody comes and steals it. You know, that's another thing I'm worried about. Yeah, so you just take these two screws out, and then it slides right out. It's so easy, you know. But another thing, it's kind of hard to store away though, because you got these rods sticking out of it though, unless you disassemble it, and I don't want to do that, you know. So it's not quite as convenient as a national deflector in that aspect. You know, it works, sort of, I guess. So yeah, I think for cooler days. Yeah. So one of the reasons I put it on was to increase my freeway mileage, because the freeway I don't even say mile. I guess you could say mileage. Mileage is a good word. Miles per charge, you know, their state of charge, it just plummets. It plummets when you go on the freeway, especially after like 50 miles an hour. It just, you know, it just down the drain, you know. So that's one thing I'm not happy with. But hopefully the windscreen can fix it. But I did have the windscreen on the last time I rode on the freeway for a long period of time, and it didn't seem to help at all, you know. But I'm gonna go do an experiment. I haven't done it yet, so maybe one of these days. But yeah, so I'll get on that. But hey, it's on there and it works. I just have to make sure the mounts stay tight, you know. Alright, hey, this is Mega here. I just wanted to make a little update video for the Spitfire windscreen here. So one thing I've noticed is, you know, the windscreen does work. It's quite windy today, and it's quite, there's quite a bit of wind blast to my chest here. So I did some freeway riding today, and you know, it does help a bit. It keeps the wind off your chest, you know. It's good for those, cool days like today, you know. Your chest isn't getting all beat up by the wind. Also, I noticed if you tuck, there is a way to tuck. I mean, you can cut the tuck behind it, but it just feels like it's way up in your face. So this is what it looks like when you're tucked in. See? And I have a peak on my helmet. It's not hitting the wind. Oh, it is hitting the windscreen a little bit. But if you scoot back a little bit, you know, and you lean on the tank, you can tuck behind it, and it's quiet, you know, but it just feels like it's way up in your face, you know. So it does work, and plus you don't have to tuck all the way. Like, I'm sitting upright right now, but you can let me shift upwards. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you can just kind of lean on the tank a little bit, you know, just a little bit. You don't have to lean all the way. And it kind of works. And it quiets it down a little bit. So I guess the windscreen will work, you know. I guess just for really warm days, I would just take it off. Just so you can get some wind to your body. So you don't overheat, you know. So honestly, I think it looks kind of dorky with the windshield though. But it does work on the freeway. Especially at higher speeds. Let's go to the fast lane here. I can't believe there's traffic right now. Yeah, it's the only problem is it's uncomfortable to tuck. It's uncomfortable to tuck on the Impulse because it's a naked bike, you know. It's a upright, you know. It wasn't designed for tucking, you know. So over like 60 something miles an hour is going to make a difference. A difference in wind noise. So there's kind of like 3 positions you can tuck in. There's 3 positions you can ride in. Just fully upright, you know, your arms are straight out. You can lean forward a bit. It's kind of hard to lean forward because like you kind of have to use your ab muscles to hold you up, or your arms. There's really nothing to hold you up is the problem. Where like you know, if you were riding it naked, normally what you would do is you would just lean forward into the wind, and the wind would just kind of hold you up. But the windscreen's there, so it blocks all the wind. So I don't know. You just kind of have to kind of lean forward a little bit, and then I guess like stage 3 full tuck is like, you know, you get up, you scoot your ass back, and then you lean down, and you put your elbows on your put your elbows on your knees, and then that's full tuck right there. So I don't know. I would go for the mid tuck. Mid tuck is cool. Just kind of lean forward a little bit. Alright, so I just wanted to make a quick video like different riding positions you can ride in with this windscreen. I may whatchamacallit, I may move it forward. It feels like it would be better if I moved it forward, like right where the headlight is, so I can tuck even better. But you know what? It feels like it's right up in your face, but not really. You know, it's just enough clearance. So maybe I won't mess with it. I guess it'll be fine. I don't know. All right, closing it out.